This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today, it's not an unboxing, it's a review. We're going to be reviewing the Speedy 30 together. Now this is, why do I have still the bag and the box? Because the bag and the box are part of the bag, the shopping bag and the box inside are a part of the review. Why? Because a lot of you have been asking me like, hey, why don't you tell us where they were all made? So I was like, of course, the shopping bag is manufactured somewhere. The box inside is manufactured somewhere. The dust bag is manufactured somewhere else. So part of the review of the Speedy is also where it's contained, because a lot of you have been asking me about that. Because since my last Louis video, a lot of you liked the fact that I read where every part was made. So we're going to do that as well in this review. Before we get to it, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube and thumb up the video. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, spelled on Patreon. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a virtual audience. You guys, I live stream every Saturday on my main channel, and from there, everybody's invited to partake in the chats. So, thank you to all my co-chatters and co-reviewers in the chats right now. Where are all my Speedy friends and fans out there in the chats? Let us know. So I'm going to tell you the bag. The bag that I got, the shopping bag that I got, is made in Hungary. This one is made in Hungary. So hold on, it's upside down like that. Let me see if you can see. Let me zoom that in. So that's that. That one is made in Hungary. It's a big one, right? And my sales associate asked me, Dacob, do you want me to package the bag flat for you? Because the Speedies do come flat. Or do you want the bigger box so the Speedy can stay open in case you want to store it without flattening it? And I said, oh, why not? Because their new boxes can be flattened, which means if I want to have it open like this, I can. But if I don't want this box to take up too much space, then I can fold it. And we're going to fold the box together as well. The box is made in Hungary as well. Right down there. Let me zoom that in. No, Bin Black, the bag isn't made in Hungary. The box is. And magnet clasp here. And you got the little Speedy, which I've been wearing it out and about. You've seen me post a photo or photos of it on Instagram already. It's such a delight to use thus far. So, as I was saying with these boxes, if you feel like this takes too much space, you just see these little pull tabs in cotton. You just pull them up. Hold on. Wait, do I? Oh my gosh, do I bend it backwards? Or do I bend it forwards? So, okay. This one will go like that. All right, and this is your box, completely flat, and you can store it wherever you want. Isn't that practical if you don't want to have the box? So let me try to open it again because I want to keep this box. And now it's done again. Because I want to keep it to store the Speedy in it, you know, when I'm not using it. Okay, now Hold on. Now let's get to the dust bag. And a little Speedy in here, which is already starting to, it's already losing the, you see, these were the folds because it comes completely folded at the beginning. These wrinkles are going out. I'm not stuffing it with anything. I'm just letting it slowly go out. So just for the people who are scared that these wrinkles are not going to go out, they do go out. Now the dust bag is manufactured in India. This is made in India. Let me see if I can zoom that in. There you have it. And of course, my hair is attached to it. Okay, so let's, the dust bag, let's put it there. And we get to the Speedy. The Speedy is made in France. And you have there on the tab, it has its country of origin. Let me zoom that in. I can't get any closer than that, but you guys, you can see, right? There you have it. And underneath here, you have the size of the Speedy hidden. There it is, the 30. So this is a Speedy 30 without the bandolier, without that extra attached shoulder strap. People have been asking me after the unboxing of the Speedy, Dacob, why did you opt for this one, not the one with the strap? That's because I don't like the strap. I think the most elegant way to have a Speedy is like this. Now, this little creature was first designed in the 30s. Minimal variation in the type of design. It was more or less the same bag. Super soft and practical. Now, I, for the love of me, do not know why it took me so long to finally get a frickin' Speedy. Because I'm completely converted to the Speedies. The Speedyism of it all. Because this bag... Look, it weighs nothing, nothing. And it is much bigger than a jumbo that weighs like a tank. Now let me show you how this one, for the people who say, oh my gosh, I don't like the folds. The genius about this bag is, and about Louis Vuitton is, it's a travel luxury company. So they have perfected the system of packing and traveling like nobody else. And I really love them for that. They are just so sturdy, so practical when it comes to traveling. So let's say you have a bigger bag and you want the Speedy as a smaller bag for when you arrive to your destination. You just want to carry your bigger bag with you, but you don't want to carry the bigger bag as a carry-on and have the Speedy on top, but you want to use the Speedy once you arrive to your destination. So in that case, you just literally, let me show you. It's full of air. You literally fold it. And I know it's kind of scary because you think, oh my God, it's going to get the wrinkles. Yeah, it is. And then they're going to go away again once you unfold it. That's the beauty about this canvas, that it is just that freaking awesome. It's meant to be used, you guys. I love this. I love the fact that it's just so carefree. You fold this baby flat. Look at this. It's art. To me, this is an art piece. You fold it flat and you're good to go. And you put it in your big luggage or what have you, that you're carrying on with you wherever you. This is so amazing. I love it. I love this. Love, love, love. Weighs nothing. And then you arrive to destination, you take it out of the big bag and you're just like, oh, okay, well, let's open you up. Let's open the baby up. Oh, I keep losing the lock, which I really don't need for the Speedy, but anyway. You open it up and you're good to go. So this is a Speedy 30. What does this mean? This means that we got 30 centimeters of distance here. That's why it's a 30. It's a French product, so they don't do inches, they do centimeter. Let's see if they lied to us. Or is this really 30 centimeters? They did not lie to us. This is really 30 centimeter. There. That's 30. So it does do the 30 centimeters as it promised. The height of it all, around 22. And the width at the bottom is 17 to 18 centimeters. Now, I know a lot of people have been writing me after the unboxing of this bag. First of all, I gotta say, there's a huge fan base for the Speedy because a lot, and I mean a lot of y'alls are huge fans and have been writing me like, Dacob, so happy you finally got the Speedy. We love the Speedy. We have it at this size and this size. And it was so amazing. And I loved reading all your comments because everybody was sharing which Speedy they got. You know, Damier Azur, Damier Ben, the monogram, or in some versions in leather. Like everybody has some story to tell about their Speedy, about the size of their Speedy, and about the material of the Speedy they chose. And everybody had a reason or a story to tell about whether or not and why they chose to get the Speedy with the bandolier, shoulder strap, or without. I loved hearing all the stories and the reasons, and everybody had a different reason. And I love the reasoning between the 25 as opposed to the 30, 35, or 40. Yes, I'm looking forward to them releasing the 20, even though I really don't like that strap that it comes with, but I think it's detachable. So I was, I'm still waiting for the 40. And I've been hearing kind of people saying, 40, not the best thing because it's quite big. It's wider and it has a tendency of sagging down here sooner because it's so big that the size of it, and because the canvas is not as thick as it used to be, it kind of might sag. But I honestly love the sagging. This is something that a lot of people are like, oh, they want the structure. People started writing me, hey, Dacob, are you going to buy something like to organize and structure the inside of it? I'm like, no. What I love is seeing this little fella a little bit saggy like this. I mean, if it's full of stuff, okay. I don't know. I just find it so effortless. It like, it doesn't need to try. It is what it is. It does what it does. And I love that. I find it so chic. And that's why I also love it without the strap, because it's a relatively small bag for my size. It doesn't need a strap. Now, I know a lot of people have been writing me, you got kids and you need your hands free for the kids, so you want the bag to be hanging off a strap. And I get that, but then I wouldn't get a Speedy. I would get something else with a strap. I don't know. I just, Keepall with a strap, I get it, because Keepalls are just too big to just carry around the city without the strap. But Speedy in the right size for you that matches your body shape and type is the best. Now, what I've realized also about the 30 is just the right size for it not to start sagging as quickly as the 40 would, like people have been warning me. People have been asking me like, Dacob, are you going to get something to flatten the inside? And I said, no, absolutely not. But since I've taken it out already, yes, we did go out together. We had our fun times together. We went on our first date. It was amazing. I realized something. I was like, why? There's nothing sagging. That's because I always take this with me. It's my iPad mini, and I put it in like that. But guess what happens? As I put it in, I realized the iPad just slides to the bottom. And as the iPad slides to the bottom, oh, hold on. Let me close. You literally get, you see? You literally get this flat bottom, which is my iPad, which I always take with me. And I was like, would you look at that? The iPad literally delivers a flat floor for my Speedy 30. And this is an iPad mini. I'm planning on getting an iPad Pro, so it's a little bit bigger. So the iPad Pro will literally fill out the entire size of the bottom of the Speedy. And I'm like, well, wouldn't you know, without even caring about it not sagging, I got a floor for my Speedy. So that's a little hack for y'all. You can just take your iPads with you if you have tablets or anything. And it really does the trick. If you want. I always need my iPad with me, so for me it's a no-brainer. Now I would have preferred to have my iPad standing up straight, but it keeps sliding, you know, to the bottom when the Speedy is not too full. Now, obviously, one thing I cannot fit in the 30 is my Poche Toilette 25. This thing is way too big, but it does have very important makeup that I need for when I film. So, oops, I need, you know, this doesn't fit. So if I were to travel long term and I need all my makeup with me to film, this would have to go in a bigger bag for sure. But then again, I don't put my Louis stuff in handover luggage. So this has to go with me in my hand luggage, which means this thing is too small for my hand luggage, which brings me back again to the Speedy 40 concept, because the Speedy 40 would be 10 centimeters bigger than this. This is 26. So you can see that it ain't it, you guys. And I don't want to scratch the canvas by kind of trying to squish it in through these metal teeth of the zipper. So a 40, Speedy 40 would have more opening, and I think it would give a little bit more. So I think in the Speedy 40, I could put in my 26 toiletry pouch without issues. But we don't know. We don't know. We'll see. Right now, I'm thinking maybe I should hold off on the Speedy 40. I mean, they've just gotten their price increase. I was lucky to have gotten this one right before the price increase. So and I'm really realizing that I'm enjoying it so much. I'm kind of not craving another one. Right now, I don't know. This is just perfection. It's perfection. And it's so light. And I'm like, why are we carrying heavy bags all the time when the solution was right in front of our face? Had I purchased this years before, I would not be paying what I paid now. Is it worth the money? This is so difficult when you're talking luxury and money, because you're paying for the quality, but a lot of the luxury has to deal with the dream, with the heritage of the brand, with the popularity of the brand, with what the brand stands for, you know, with this, you know. So we know we're not just paying for the quality, we're paying for the name. But honestly, I have a lot of respect for something like this that has been designed so many decades ago. It came out in the 30s, you guys. And the fact that it survived the test of time, and the fact that it's still around, and the fact that it's still in production, and the fact that it's still so popular, it's a testament to the genius of this bag. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's like so basic. You know, no, it's not. Because think about it. For a design team to actually come up with something so simple, but that endures the test of time so well, that means that the design is perfect. That means that the design was so well executed that it meets the needs of the customers throughout decades. Think about this. When this little baby was designed, there was no such thing as mobile phones, this and that. You know, travel was much simpler back then. And yet, as times have changed, fashions have changed, the way we dress has changed, the way we perceive gender has changed, the way technology moves has changed. All of that has changed, and yet this has remained unchanged. Frozen in time and always practical. That to me is genius. So when an Oompa Loompa comes to you and says this is basic, you tell them no, their way of thinking is basic. There's nothing basic about this bag. This is such a complex design, because to make something so simple, it means you have to understand human anatomy so well and the needs of motion of the body so well to deliver something that is stripped of everything that's unnecessary. It is stripped of anything that is manneristic. It is stripped of anything that is just an accessory, and it's reduced to the bare minimum necessary for you, and still you deliver something recognizable within the branding. That's genius. That's genius. It simply is. That's genius. You want to in nature. How does nature work? Nature strives towards perfection. Darwinism tells us always, like, you keep mutating because you keep getting better at something. And by mutating, you minimize, you simplify. Nature strives towards getting to a point where it's reduced to the bare minimum to function, and it functions perfectly. That's this bag. Hands down. Hands down. Now, the only thing that is gimmicky to me about this bag is the lock. You don't need it, honestly. I mean, sure, you can, you know, this hole and that hole, and you put the lock there. I have the little lock in this little pouch, which brings me to, we didn't see where this pouch was made, right? Let's see. Okay, so you get the lock and you get the 2 keys and the little pouch was made in India. Let me zoom that in. Down there it says it. All right, so this little pouch, which has a separation in it, it has like 2 little compartments because it doesn't want you to get the lock to scratch against the key. So the lock goes into one side of the pouch, and you got this little separation, and then you put the keys in the second part. Now, of course, why would you need to lock your bag? I mean, if you have the Speedy with the bandolier, you're carrying it crossbody, and the thing is hanging behind you, and then you're scared somebody might unzip this and come into your bag, then I get using the lock, but then somebody can also cut through your bag. I mean, you just need to slit the soap, everything falls out. So I get it. If you're using the bandolier, like you don't have access to the back of your bag, somebody might come in there. You might want to consider locking this, maybe. But if you're wearing it like this, look how close your arm is to the zipper pull. Who can come in? Who can come into your bag when you're holding it like that? I mean, maybe somebody could, but also if you're wearing it like this, who can come into your bag? Nobody. The problem that I see with these little locks is also that I've been told with time, if people carry them just like hanging off of here or off of here as a little trinket, they do oxidize, turn green, so they can stain the leather. So it's not something I look forward. Some people like to hang it maybe here even. Nah, I like to keep this as light as possible. I love having this little lock. I love knowing that I have it, but I'm not looking forward to dangling it anywhere. This is such a wonderful piece, you guys. I just have no words. Why did I wait so long to really fall for the Speedy? Kira says, a lock just keeps the honest people out. That's a good one. Ying Lin Lee says, I want to sell my vintage Speedy Damier Azur 30 from Singapore. Probably bought it 99, never used before. Why do you want to sell it? Keep it, enjoy it. It's a wonderful piece. Dacob, you're making me wish I hadn't sold my Damier Ben Speedy 30. Oh, man. Oh, you're sad that you sold it? I'm telling you guys. And let me tell you this. Yeah, Richard says they could get rid of the lock, I guess, and just remove the holes too. I mean, it's a heritage thing. I guess back then, for some reason, locking it was, I don't know, because you would give this away for somebody else. I don't know, but it's kind of, it's a little bit like that stupid pocket on the inside of the upper flap of the Chanel 255 bag or the Timeless Classic with that zipper pull that always scratches the inner flap. It's so irritating that it's there, but they're like, heritage, heritage. I'm like, unnecessary, unnecessary. But anyway, the whole concept, it's kind of cute that it's there, that you have the option to actually lock it if you wanted to. But this lock, anybody can pick this lock. This is not even a special, you know what I mean? It's a symbol, it's symbolic, and it's cute that it's there as a symbol. Heritage wise, I think it's super cute that it's there, but you could easily pick this lock. So it is what it is. Now, when we come to the color, I am a freaky geeky fan of the monogram. Now, I only have 2 pieces here to show you, but I have a bunch of stuff. You can see I made a lot of videos with Louis things. Monogram, monogram, monogram. I love it to bits. And for the people who say, wow, gosh, this is like logomania, too much logo. It is today, and it is associated to, in many cases, the wrong people and the wrong type of style, or people buying it for all the wrong reasons. But again, if we're going back to the heritage aspect of it and the fact that they were fighting counterfeits back then, it wasn't just about, hey, I want to show you that I got a Louis. Back then, it was also about proving the point of like, listen, we need to fight counterfeits. We need to find a pattern that is not easy to copy. They developed this waterproof canvas for traveling, for their trunks. So, you know, for the people who say, oh, this is plastic, so cheap, I'm like, well, respect the fact that they were the first to develop this type of technology to deliver actually a product that you can use also in the rain. That's amazing. That's amazing for back then. And they stuck with it. And then they added all of these patterns, not to show you like, look, it's Louis Vuitton, but also to be like, hey, back then it was harder to copy certain things. It was harder to copy the canvas. It was harder to copy the patterns and how these patterns were printed. So it was kind of like, you know, an authenticity card. I think that's super cute. Now it's become a status symbol. You're like, hey, look, I got a Louis, but I don't see it that way. To me, the shape of this bag, the pattern, it just yells 30s to me. You could even say for modern times, you could call this almost a sort of a steampunk type of product, minus the technology, because this is not so technological. But 30s, imagine 30s aviation, traveling. Everybody was flitzing quick in and out of a plane, of a car. That fabulous lifestyle, you needed something light to go with you that felt modern and futuristic. This, for the 30s, was the future, you guys. This was the concept of traveling, lighthearted, being happy about wherever you're going to go to. It gave you like a boost of positive energy. I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And then, of course, you add the storylines of every, you know, Audrey Hepburn with her Speedy 25, the fact that somebody so elegant and so poised was a fan of the Speedy and wore it often. There's many photos of Audrey Hepburn with her Speedy 25. I think it wasn't exactly 25. It was a slightly different proportion back then. It was a little bit boxier than it is now. Now it's a little bit more streamlined in many ways. It's become even more simple than it was back then. It's amazing. Just amazing. And I know that there's different iterations of it all the time. They make different patterns, they mix materials, they do leathers. But I always go back to the, you know, to the simplest one, because I think this is just, to me, the most beautiful. Completely converted to the Speedy. Now, for the people who say that the canvas has become thinner than it used to be, and for the people that are scared that you're going to just kind of cut through it, I can tell you, it feels much sturdier than people kind of say it is. I don't get that danger vibe from it. It's, to me, like from a tactile point of view, it feels sturdy enough. I also have one hand inside of the Speedy where, you know, we have this textile, which I think is synthetic material. I don't think this is cotton. I think this is some sort of acrylic fiber. It feels sturdy enough. You know, there was a time when the fabric inside of the Speedy was more delicate and it would kind of pull easily, like this whole woven texture. It's a woven fabric. This one feels more sturdy. It feels like it's evolved to something more sturdy. Now, is Louis really cheaping out on us by making thinner canvases? In some products, their canvases are thinner. In other products, they're not. It doesn't feel too thin for me on the Speedy. What is yours opinions? Alina says, I wish they had one with just a flower pattern and no logos. I mean, hi, Dacob, what do I think? Alma versus Speedy? I prefer the Speedy all the way. Although the Alma is very special because it is said that it was, you know, gifted to Coco. Although I've never seen a photo of Coco wearing it, so I do not know. But Speedy over Alma, to me, the little issue that I have with the Alma is when, because the Alma has this kind of pyramid structure, you know, it's very kind of thin at the top, then it opens up at the bottom, then it has that roundness here. if you overstuff the Alma over this level, then it kind of cracks there because it's like half of the bag you're not supposed to use. You can only use the bottom part of the bag, and that's kind of a little bit irritating to me with the Alma. So you always have to kind of be wary of that. And I think that's not the best use of space for the bag. You know, this one, you could stuff it to the brim. There is nothing about this design that tells you, oh, this shouldn't be used that way. And that's where the Alma lacks in design. It's not meant to be filled up all the way. Listen, I mean, this is more of the Alma is more of a city bag. This is more of a I know it's also like a city bag, but it's more also a concept of a travel bag. But the fact alone that this one can be completely folded, like I did at the beginning of the video, you can't do that to the Alma. The fact that you can fold this one fully flat to facilitate your traveling, easier traveling, this just makes this even more special to me. And this is actually one of the reasons why I like the 255 so much, because from the get-go, Lagerfeld, the reissue, okay, you know, he creates that fold there so that the bag arrives to you already folded like an envelope. Oh my gosh, the fact that that bag can be, it can't be too flat because it does have the turn lock, but the fact that it goes flatter than all the other timeless classics, oh my gosh, it just makes that bag so much more special to me. And this one kind of goes the same route because you can't fold it together. So yeah. Oh, Bim Black says, I love my Alma Mini. I fill it up. You do? And it doesn't like, but the Mini is a little bit different because it's smaller. The texture of it doesn't allow it to bend too much. But if you were to take a bigger Alma, you know that upper half part is easier to kind of bend in that case. The smaller they are, the more sturdy they are as well. That's the same that applies here. And I said before, when you go for the Speedy 40, it will sag, but I'm fine with it sagging. I think there's a certain elegance to this bag when it's like a little bit more like this. That's just me. Because it's just such an effortless chic thing. This bag that, it's gorgeous. Totally in love. Totally in love. I love my Speedy Nano, says Melikito. Looking forward to hunting down smaller Speedies, but I gotta say, this thing is just perfection. The 30, oh, last thing about the size. So, last time I tried them out, they didn't have the 30, they had the 35. The 35 just didn't feel right to me at that time for whatever reason. I can't tell you. The proportions felt off. So I thought to myself, I don't even need to try the 30 because if the 35 feels almost like too small in a weird way, but in an off way, then the 30, why even try it? But this last time I tried the 30 and I was like, oh my God, this is it. The 30 is the perfect size. I'm still hunting the 40. As well, but it's the 30. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just, you know when you know. The sales associate gave it to me. I put it in my hand. I walked to the mirror and I just like stood with it, down like this, looked at myself. I was like, wow, okay, this is it. No questions asked. The second, you know when you know, and you know what I mean. When you know, you know. This was love, 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 love. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I don't do what fits inside my bag. You can watch another 5 billion videos about that on other channels, I love these bags for 1,000 other reasons. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.